Alright, I have made the realization that I have a group of people living in my house, and not a single one of them does anything for a living. At this point, I need to hire these dumb children something to do with their job. I don't bother to pay attention to how much skills or whatever. Some of them do the most random crap. Some of them have the weirdest motivations, I swear. I mean, they spend forever sitting here throwing plates on the ground. And I'm forgetting to do farming. Unfortunately, farming has become backdoored. And it becomes slowly more backdoored. I think I need to invest some Sims into actually being able to do farming on their own sometime. And he just loves posing on his bike. He spent forever and a half being posing. I think the game's just starting to lose track of tracking or what? Oh, right. He keeps getting caught with people who isn't part of his dating tree. I don't know why he has consideration to it. He dates no one. No one is considered his partner. And we're going to learn very quickly that I just arbitrarily chose jobs for people. Like, ridiculously, just arbitrarily. Oh, this person needs a job. Here's a job. Here's another job. Oh, how about that? Another job. I don't even think I look at half of what I was choosing for it. But let's have the fun of seeing what comes through. And this particular friend over here has been sitting on this computer for like 24 hours. So I really know they've been having too much free time. Oh, right. And he starts having problems trying to actually make his way to the bathroom. One day he'll figure it out. And he's pissed himself like 4 times at this point, so I don't even care to figure out what's wrong with him. But, I mean, he sits here and takes this conversation. He's in automated mode. He's supposed to stop. So, have to get a bit more forceful at this rate. Might also have to work out a way to get him to be less desirably of talking. He's probably... And it's also, I have to go make a bunch of money. I realize how expensive my bills are, and I'm not happy with that. I realize that I have to spend like almost 20 grand in bills. So, we're gonna have to spend some time just like mulching through getting him bills done, because we're gonna go poor if we just keep not doing things. So, let's get them through some jobs. At least someone's using the TV for something. That's a positive note. And you get arbitrarily selected into, I believe, Critic. I don't know why Critic in particular, but here's the job. But I went looking through, realized I could give them part-time jobs if I need to, but no. Let's get you a job as being, I'm pretty sure it's either business or Critic. Yeah, you're the business one. I can't remember. They have 2 people with similar hairstyles that makes me forget. But you get a new job. I don't know what skills you'll need for it, but good luck to your new job. And wandering off to go look at that stupid thing again. She gets, I believe, an office job at this point. Because I don't know. Job picking isn't exactly the most interesting thing. Thankfully, they're actually doing their job of, calling and answering. I did consider a detective because it'd be funny to have a police officer around, but nah. Pretty sure she gets into some kind of business job. I think it's specifically like salaryman or salaryman or salary woman, however you want to know yourself as a job working for Tedium. But needless to say, she gets herself a new job. I actually do check to see if they have some skills that'd be worth bothering with, but like the only one in here who has a decent skill set is someone with mixology at level like 9 for some reason. So I have an alcoholic running around. Oh right, you become a doctor. Because I just thought it'd be nice to have a doctor. So pretty sure she gets stuck with doctor, because I'm not very picky on thinking hard. You get to be in the athletic career. Jeez. I can tell I'm pretty going for it. I think add a second floor to that other building. If I remember correctly, I do that for a good chunk of like 20 minutes to add more features. But I stop having them see in the house all the time. They can mess and do stuff in there. And so they would stop napping on couches and floors and avoiding actually sleeping. And, oh, right. I kind of spoil them because I keep cooking lots of food just arbitrarily, like, oop. Oh, we finally finished this painting into another masterpiece, which finds out I have to do more masterpieces. So that's a positive note. It also makes it hard on me selling them to be worth something, because I love keeping masterpieces around. So needless to say, we start collecting more masterpieces in the building. Probably should be. And you... Oh, wait, no, you were culinary. I believe it's you who gets the athletic career. I don't know why you're that. Oh, that's right. Previous sim was more aimed at being skillful at drinking. Like, she has some really good mixology skill considering she almost maxed it. Don't know how you drank that much in the last forever and a half, but whatever. Then I check out the tabs because I'm dumb and can't read. Or at least pay attention enough to be able to know what I'm reading. But you get the critic. Wait, you're the one with the critic job? Ah, whatever. Which also found out is a writing job, so that was more interesting, so that might be worth taking up later. And she gets to spend forever, because I think she gets the tier 3 in writing, because I just force her to start writing for constant amounts of time. And it must be you who ended up being the athletics, because I know there's one of them, and later they spend forever and a half wearing their work uniform, and it's hilarious because it's a freaking llama. I don't know how come that's your choice of mascots, but you know, someone's got to be there for you. Oh, right. This is even pre-adding it. Damn, this is really early in the day.
Oh, Branich Nilsi.
And then we check back in on Jericho, who finally decided using the table was a thing. As he smooths over with all his roommates to make sure that he has someone to hang out with. Standing out, I go with a nice 4 rooms in the corners and 2 big rooms, because we need lots of spaces for their dumb desks. And then afterwards, let's see, I believe I had two bathrooms up top, because I'm gonna get sick of hearing people complain that they don't have access to a bathroom while other people are in it. Which is funny, because ironic to my questioning why there's so many bathrooms, now I know why. People are very particular about who they go to the bathroom with. Ah, there we go, perfect. And then I set up 2 home gyms, but then later I decided I needed a kitchen, so one of them gets to go. But for the most part, it's pretty much set up to take advantage of itself. Because afterwards, I decided, yeah, let's add some more feature equipment to it. And then, let's see, they needed some form of entertainment that isn't computers that keeps them like grouped up, because they seem to love talking to each other a lot. So that also gets to be added in. Although I had a fun time picking couches, because spending money on some couches that I'm not even sure if they'll use for once. And getting ones that, you know, don't look really off-putting to put in the building. Because a lot of sim couches are like really rich people couches that you wonder why, who would wear. But, needless to say, I do finally decide on what kind of couch I want to install in. And who actually gets to enjoy that couch. I don't think they actually ended up using it a whole lot. Right. There's the super big TV, which I considered, but then I realized that being 2 feet away from it would be really awkward. And then I noticed TV stand, so that's a successful roam. Although the white choice was a bad one. I gotta remember more often that there's multiple colored stuff that you can do. So when we replace the white with the nice subtle brown, it's way nicer into the picture feed. Look at that. Way nicer versus the red carpet than a white one. Makes it stand less of annoyance to be out. But we need more chairs, because I guarantee it's not going to be just 2 or 3 Sims that watch TV in one given day. And there's some nice armchairs to fit in, so that was good. And there's successful setup, essentially living room situation for him. Not the worst, not the best, but, you know, better than nothing. And here's where I decided that I needed a kitchen. Because everything I built in here is fine, except for the fact that I need a kitchen. Because they need to be fed somehow. And I was mostly figuring out exactly where I would want a kitchen. Because it would be nice to put it there, but... And there's not really space in the living room area, so that's also a problem. So we lose the corner pocket here. So we take this nice lovely thing, remove anything in it, and put it in a kitchen. Because this is way smarter. It's a way cheaper looking kitchen, but it's a kitchen nonetheless. And even then, I swear they're just gonna forever be unable to cook. But Jericho stopped cooking for them, so no more of their problems to go for. And it's actually a nice color matchup on this flooring. At the same time, the spacing's kind of weird, but it'll keep them out of my hair to keep them somewhere else to hang out than sitting in my house all the time, eating my food. And with them making jobs, once they get high enough tier in it, I'll be able to afford the housing a lot better and not have to constantly be robbing other people. My new way to afford living in my house is going to be from other Sims existing in the house to pay for stuff. Because my paycheck isn't very great, and even with as much money I make on a daily basis, a lot of it gets robbed from me. And even then, I want to be able to get the freedom to be able to do all kinds of stuff. And working his way into getting a new kid. Which, you know, it's a lot harder than you think to get some of them to be attention-wise to get to it. But he's working on it. He's working on it, I swear. We'll see that soon enough. Because he is definitely a very good father figure. At least better than some of the Sims I've ever seen running around. They do not give nothing to him. And we take a visit to the museum. Mostly because my grand inspiration requires me to view paintings there. Of course, his instinct is say hi to everyone around him, which who would have figured. All this celebrity status is working very favorable to him, and he hangs out with all the random people around. As fans show up and say hi, I finally worked it in. And even with that, it does provide me the options to be able to actually do the loveliness. But saying hi to people is very helpful for what he likes to do. First, the walls are down again. I'm not really sure what's actually considered a painting in here and what's considered just plain not, but we head inside and poke around at what paintings who, what, and where. Flickering around, I finally just start selecting paintings and other random things to see if I can get anything. And he also makes friends with more people and talks to more fans and accelerates more and more of his problems. And the royalty reports are keeping up fairly good. It's just spending almost 20,000 in bills kind of makes the royalties feel a lot less when they're only worth like 400 to 500 each. It's actually a really nice museum. I think they actually have static items that aren't usable for anything. And most of what we really look at is like random art stuff, which, you know, turns out a lot more of this is art than anything else. Uh, oh, right, and he runs into Lunar here too. Is that fun to find out he's visiting this? I don't know. Wait, actually, I think he went to university, so I guess that does make sense he's able to get across without worry. I don't really know where he went to go get his university, but needless to say, he did get it. And it turns out when you tell them the view, it doesn't actually disable the ability to do it. They just stand there and stare at it. Which is not helpful, because that took up some time I didn't really want to waste. But either way. And then we find out that he's even got child fans, which is quite amazing to go. With the milestone complete, we can head home and work on getting his next 5 masterpieces. Which is really annoying when you think they would be retroactive, but nope. You gotta make them after the fact. Oh, and he also meets a new B-lister person. Celebrity. I guess that would be what they qualify as, but even then, unfortunately ruined his ability to get their attention the easy way, but moving from there, gonna be able to head home without any concern over it, and a new success I did not expect to be able to do for once. But it's gonna be the last of traveling he's gonna do for quite some time based on how it's working out for him. And I swear this is probably the most popular you'll ever see the museum on top of that. Oh, right. And we give him the luxury of a painting of his own choice in there. Because if he's gonna hang around, he's gonna do it the right way. Provide you that beautiful painting into the room. Of course, because he's really good at painting, he really produces nice things without a concern. Oh, and we run into Beath. I don't know why she's here, but she's hanging around is all it comes to. Some people have a lot more freedom than I think they need. But even then, mostly just shoving them off to go do things and everything else in the world. I believe he even dropped the masterpiece in there, but I guess I didn't pay attention enough to do that much. And Nani finally hit Elder Age, so that was exciting to find out someone did. But, you know, we eventually have to lose the Sims eventually. Not like good old Jericho and his potions of youth he's got lying around. Which I stupidly bought more of, even though I really don't need more. Because he owns a bunch. I think he had 2 at the time when I bought him, and then he ended up with more in his pockets that he didn't need. So yeah, that's always fun. Gotta love finding out that you own more things than you thought you did. And these become a menace, and I keep trying to fix them all and repair them all. And then I finally just give up and I go and hire someone repaired later, but right now, it's a constant spring of time to sit there and fix and fix and fix and fix and fix and fix. And they become a drag to annoyance. But, needless to say, worth all the free spare parts. And he finishes his day relaxing on his computer, doing whatever he's feeling. Never actually making it to this golden throne every time I tell him to do stuff. But overall, in the end, he's making his progress towards his future problem solvers. And looks like that's about the end of it. And I just realized I have the same skull that's sitting in the museum sitting in my house. But overall, in the end, I will say bye bye. And if you make it this far once more, come watch and view as I spend every night on Twitch streaming No Man's Sky right now. Don't know why, don't care why. It's just the extent of what I want to play. But for now, I will see you next time.